What's up, YouTube? I'm back again with another video. Today's video, I want to talk a little bit about this is just my opinion, by the way, the top 3 reasons you should stop twisting your hair if you're twisting it already, or the top 3 reasons why you shouldn't twist your hair at all, just freeform. My opinion. I want to preface this video first by saying I'm not hating on anybody in the lock community, okay? Lock community is all love. There's no hate here. All right, I'm only talking about my opinion and some of my own experience through what I've seen in person, and also what I've experienced on my own crown as to why twisting, interlocking, that kind of stuff is only detrimental for your dreads to grow and the longevity thereof of your own hair. Not even just your dreads, just your hair in general. Okay, so without further ado, let's get right into it. The top 3 reasons why you should stop twisting your hair. Okay, number 1 is traction alopecia. Okay, twisting your hair is bad because anytime you're twisting your hair, you're taking that root, you're twisting it, right, with the product. The product is holding it in place, and anybody that's had their hair twisted at any point will tell you that there's a little bit of tightness. Now, it doesn't have to be painful for traction alopecia to take place, and traction alopecia is a process. It doesn't happen immediately. It happens over time. What is traction alopecia? I got a definition I'm gonna read real quick. Gotta put on these glasses, I can't see. Traction alopecia, circumscribed or diffuse loss of hair due to repetitive traction on the hair by pulling or twisting. What does that mean? Exactly what I just said. By twisting or pulling on your hair, you're causing your hair to fall out, but you're not just causing the hair to fall out, you're causing the follicle to become damaged. What happens when the follicle becomes damaged? Balding. Nobody wants that. And that's like the top reason why I don't like twisting, and I don't recommend it to anybody that asks me how to start their dreads. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't twist. All I'm saying is I don't like it personally, and it's the reason why I won't recommend it to anybody that asks me about it. I have friends that are close to me, they twist their hair and it looks good. And I can say that every once in a while I get jealous because of the maintained look that they have and some of the styles they can achieve that I'm not able to achieve with this set of freeform locks. But I can tell you that it's worth it to me to freeform and to let my afro be underneath of my dreads, because I don't want to go bald. You know, I might go bald at some point, but I want it to be for natural reasons and not because I caused it. So that's number 1, is traction alopecia. Now, I don't know if you guys know what traction alopecia looks like, so I went ahead and Googled a picture of traction alopecia. Hopefully you guys can see this. That's crazy right there, okay? What they lockologists like to do when you go to the salon or when you talk to a professional, they like to make it seem as though you twisting your hair is making it more neat and it's making it more acceptable, and that it's unacceptable for you to not have maintained roots. Well, technically speaking, roots are where all the dreading happens. It doesn't happen up here in the body of the dread. Now, it might happen at the very tip where you'll blunt it off after a long time through a natural process, but dreading happens at the roots. And if you're constantly manipulating the roots through interlocking, through twisting, you're actually pulling that hair out, and that hair is not able to dread on its own. I explained the reason why interlocking isn't beneficial for your hair, why it's not a good idea and can damage your hair before in my last video. But interlocking is really kind of one and the same with twisting when it comes to the damage that your hair can experience. Only problem is that with interlocking, it can actually happen much quicker because the hair is being held so tight that it's being pulled at a harder rate. So it'll cause traction alopecia. It's not something that you want. That picture that I just showed you guys is me Googling traction alopecia. That was one of the first things that came up. Okay, so second is the products that you're using in your hair can be really bad for both your hair and your scalp. Now, not every product is made the same. Not every product is bad. I can tell you that from personal experience, I've said this before, wax is really bad for your hair. It's really bad for your scalp. It'll clog up your scalp, cause irritation that you can deal with for a long time afterwards. I'm still dealing with some irritation from twisting my hair all that time ago. And also, wax will keep your hair in place and, again, not let it dread. Like I said before, all of the dreading process after you start your locks, after you let them start to do what they're doing, happens at the root from then on out. Okay, so twisting your hair is actually counterproductive to that. You don't want to do that because you're just not locking. As soon as you start to wash it out, like I said before, you can see where your hair will start to become poofy. It'll get that frizzy look like what I've got going on. And while that may be, you know, shocking for some people, or it may be worrisome for some people, especially people who are just starting locks, they got starter locks, and they don't want that look, you're going to have to embrace it if you don't want to end up at some point going bald. Now, I'm not saying that everybody that twists will go bald. Don't get me wrong here. Like I said, I'm not hating on anybody either. But in my experience, a lot of people that twist eventually, sooner or later, end up going bald. And that sucks because, I mean, nobody wants to go bald. As a guy, I'm not screwed. If I go bald, I go bald. I'm a dude, so it's not a big deal to me. Okay, but especially for females, the women out there, going bald really sucks because it's not culturally accepted for y'all to be bald. That sucks. I don't want that to happen. So yeah, so number 2, products are the products that they're using in your hair a lot of times are bad. Now, some products are good. Like I said, not all products are made the same. Some products will help moisturize your hair and all that. But a lot of the products that people are starting locks with, it's not that type of product. They're not going to be moisturizing your hair, that kind of stuff. A lot of that stuff is actually drying out your hair, or it's petroleum based, which is oil based. I think I said in like my very first video, oil based stuff is terrible. It's terrible for your hair. But more than just oil based, not the essential oils, not what I'm talking about, but the petroleum based products. If you read the ingredients and it says petroleum, run away, throw that shit away. It's not good for your hair. Because it sticks, it just stays, and you can't get rid of it. I had to wash my head with Dawn to get that crap out. And you don't want to have to do that because that's horrible for your scalp to be washing with Dawn. But I had no other option. I felt like one of those animals that came up in the Exxon Valdez spill. I don't know if y'all remember that. Maybe I'm dating myself a little bit. But all I'm saying is you look at those, the BP spill, all that kind of stuff. I felt like one of those animals with that petroleum product in my hair. It's not good for your hair, so don't use it. And then number 3 is just the time, the money, and the hair that you're losing. It's all a waste. And that can really suck. I mean, if you've already got traction alopecia started, if you've already done that, and traction alopecia can be caused by pulling your hair back, it can be caused by twisting, it can be caused by interlocking, it can just be a natural process because your hair is too heavy. So even I could experience that at some point if my locks become too heavy for my scalp to handle. But there are ways to fight that. Now, it's not too late. If you've already started the process of having traction alopecia, if you completely stop, you stop twisting your hair, you stop maintaining it like that, whatever you're doing that's causing that traction alopecia, if you stop doing that, stop pulling your hair back, you can start to regrow that hair. Now, that's not for everybody. It's not going to work for everybody because some people, you've already damaged it so bad that it's not going to come back. And that's why I'm saying just don't do it, and then you won't have to deal with the aftermath of it. You never want to see a dreadhead lose his dreads because, you know, he did something that caused them to break out and caused them, you know, to not even be able to regrow later on, you know, if he wants to cut that section of locks out. And then the money, man, because locticians just take your money, you know, and you're paying for a service, so they're not stealing from you. You're paying for a service, and they're performing the service that you're asking for. It's just be careful of what you're asking for. You know, it costs a couple $100 some places. Sometimes you hit somebody up on Craigslist, it costs $40. Sometimes it's free because you know somebody, and that's cool. That's awesome. But still, you don't want to be vandalizing your crown by sticking all these products and twisting them up in such a way that you're going to be losing your hair. Because ultimately, nobody really wants to go bald. And I don't want to see any of y'all go bald. So my opinion, just my opinion, take it as it is. You know, I hope that nobody will hate on me down in the comments, but somebody probably will. But this is why I think that you guys, if you are twisting, you should stop. And if you're considering twist or interlocks, think again, reconsider freeform locks. I can tell you right now that my hair is the healthiest it's ever been. And it's just because of the way that I am maintaining my hair, which is not maintaining it at all. Just washing it, letting it be, putting the essential oils on my scalp to maintain my scalp, and, you know, letting it jive, letting it do what it wants to do. And I've never been happier with the way that my hair feels and the way that my scalp feels. So I hope everybody takes something from this video. It was just kind of information, again, my opinion. One love to the lock community. I hope you guys stay enlightened, stay blessed, stay locked, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.